Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of two active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. I did decide to grab a Happy Planner sticker book that I haven't used yet. It's Year to Shine, and if it's still available, I will link it down below. But I just decided that I liked the colors in it, and I hadn't used it yet, so what better time to use it? And then I did grab a few washi tapes, of course, and I keep them in a bowl right off to the side with my whiteout tape, just so they're handy. Those grid ones always stay in there because I seem to use those most frequently. But let's go ahead and just jump right in. I did shrink down my faith section. I still have my routines, and then I have my weekly spread. And that is my whole weekly packet now. I am trying to simplify as much as possible so that I am not printing out 6 pages every week and then feeling the pressure to fill it all in and fill it all up. Since this is my first time using this particular sticker book, I am going to take a few minutes and flip through and just try to familiarize myself with my options and the different shapes, sizes, and quotes that I have available to me as I put together the spread. And I might go ahead and pull a few things out, but I'm really liking the pink, the teal, and that dark blue all together. So I'm going to try to put some of it on every page except for the routines. So I don't normally decorate my routines page. I do like to put a little decor on my faith page and a little decor on my weekly spread. And I know I say this frequently, but my main concern is functionality and making sure that I can use my planner and that it's set up for maximum productivity. I'm definitely not afraid to change things up if you haven't noticed, and I actually like to change things up when I get in a planner rut or if things just aren't working for me anymore. And don't be afraid to do that in your planner as well. So I am just pulling some stickers that I feel like go with the faith theme. There aren't many stickers in the sticker books that I feel like they belong on a faith page. So I'm just trying to pull those things that I think I can get to work here. So I've pulled 3 things that I think will work, and I don't think I need a lot on this page because I've shrunk everything down so small. If you can't tell, there are lines in each of those boxes so that I can write my daily verse. So I don't really want to put decor there because I'm afraid that I won't have enough room to write the daily verses. And my original intention was to use that aqua washi tape, but when I saw this purplish pink, I thought it worked very well with the intentional sticker. So I decided to use the purplish pink. And then I'm also just looking to see what decor items, non-quote items, that I can pull in. And I debated between going with just the gold or going with the gold with the colored in florals. But I really liked just the simplicity of the gold outlined florals. So I got my washi tape down and then I layered that sticker over it that says shine your light in the corner. And then I just framed it with that gold floral. And I'm sorry about the shine. I don't like to use gold in my spreads just because it does not show up well on camera, but it does look really pretty in the final spread. And then I decided to put that purplish pink intentional sticker just centered in the bottom of the page to bring that pink color down. A little bit of the clear edge of the sticker did overlap the edge, so I did take a minute to trim that. And I really wanted to bring some more of this blue up into the top area and not just in the text of the Shine Your Light sticker. So I did go ahead to use this quote as well that says she has fire in her soul, but I wanted to cut it down just a little bit. I thought it was a little overpowering to have 2 big rectangular stickers, so I decided to cut this one down into a square so that I could overlap it with other embellishments on my page. And the trick that I use is to put the sticker on wax paper before I put it on my trimmer. I've had issues with the sticker sticking too well to my trimmer and then not being able to get it up. But the wax paper lets me hold on to the sticker and trim it where I want to, as well as being able to get it off the wax paper easily. So I am just going to overlap it here. It does overlap my prayer list lines as well, but I don't mind writing around the sticker. And then I grab one more gold floral just to fill up some of that white space of the Shine Your Light box. But I think I'm going to call this page done. I like how it looks and I feel like it's balanced. And once I get all the text written in it throughout the week, I really think it's going to look beautiful. Now I'm going to move on to just the weekly spread. This was originally a Passion Planner layout, and then I have modified the sidebar and the bottom area now, just so it works better for me. My only struggle has been that I love the timeline at the top, but I didn't like to put my to-do items in between my calendar items, so things would get lost. So I decided to go ahead and put sections at the bottom of each day for my personal items, my work items, and my making all the plans items. And it isn't perfectly laid out, but I just am trying things out to see what will work best for me in the long run. And I have used this for almost a week and I am enjoying it a little bit better than the old way. I don't like that the top area takes up so much room when I need more room for my to-do items. However, I like to be able to just look at the calendar at a glance and see that there's maybe an hour or two window to get things done. So I'm really struggling with how to balance that out the best way. So I'm sure that I will continue to tweak as I go. I did decide to bring my meal planning box back to my weekly spread now that I am using the front page of the packet for my faith section. But I thought it would be a good way to bring some color to the page without taking away some functionality by adding this long box in the sidebar for my meal planning. I did make sure that there was enough lines for each day of the week so that I had plenty of room. And then I am going to use my whiteout pen just to white those lines out. You can still kind of see them once they dry. However, I thought I might be able to put some other embellishments over the box and over the lines if I whited them out. So I am going to go ahead and do that. And this is where I slow down a bit, partially because I've discussed this before. When I print stickers, I have a limited amount to pick from. But when I have a whole sticker book in front of me, I am calling through and figuring out what I want to use as I'm doing my spread. Whereas when I print out my stickers, I've already gone through that process and I've only printed out the things that I think that I'll actually use on my spread, maybe a little bit extra, but I've already gone through that calling process. So it's more of a struggle when I use a sticker book. However, I will say that this spread took about an hour for me to do from start to finish, including writing in all my calendar appointments and such, and getting up and taking breaks and answering kids' questions and all that stuff. So it usually takes me about an hour, regardless of whether I sit down and use a sticker book or if I take the time to do it before I start recording. So it may be a little longer of the recording, but it doesn't necessarily take me longer time overall, if that makes sense. And I have a hard time using these dot stickers or the task list stickers. So I was happy to use it here under my errands section. And I used that new slice precision cutter to cut that sticker. And I am loving that tool. I do not cut through my paper with it. I can cut a straight line without a straight edge, and I can also follow a not straight edge very easily without any extra effort with this tool. And I'm sure you've heard me talk about my friction pens and my friction highlighters. At this point, you'd think they are sponsoring my channel, but they don't. I just love their products. And so I grabbed a few different highlighter colors that I thought went well with the sticker book color scheme, I just grabbed this light green, the light pink, and the light blue. But for the actual headers, I did use my Muji because I didn't want those to be erasable. And now I'm back to the sticker book and I'm just trying to find some decor for either the sidebar a little bit more over there or some for my Saturday and Sunday. We don't have anything scheduled on Saturday and Sunday, so I do want to cover up some of those days so that I don't just write a whole list of tasks over there and overwhelm myself with the amount of tasks that need done. There's definitely always more that needs done than I can actually accomplish, so I try to limit how much I can write on a day. So I did grab the Rise and Shine sticker that has that dark blue background so that I could bring the dark blue over from the left sidebar across the page. So I like that balance. And then I just layered that pinkish purple underneath of it so that I could bring that color across the page as well. I don't plan on putting a lot over here, so I want to make sure that I bring all of the colors across the page. Then this Hello Weekend sticker caught my eye, and I didn't love that it had more of a peachy color to it, but because I like the sentiment and I like to denote my weekends, I did go ahead and put it up there. And then I also whited out my today's focus. Most of the time on the weekend, my today's focus is just to get household chores done. So I don't really need to write that in the top section. So I felt comfortable whiting that out and just using that for the Hello Weekend sticker. And then I'll continue to flip through and just to see what else I can pull in. I really liked those blue like dots or spots, but I wasn't really sure that that would fit in with my mood and feel of this spread. So I did decide to just stick to these gold floral stickers. So I went ahead and put one of those in, and even though I'd already put in something for my errands, I did come across that errands list, but I did continue to flip by it. I did not want to change that out. And then I also decided to go ahead and put this aqua box with the blue outline in here because it is my son's birthday this weekend, so I thought I could write that in here. And I do like that it brings that aqua color across the page. Like I said, I like to bring those things across the page and make sure that they kind of aren't just clustered in one area. I also wanted to go ahead and put a sticker down for my birthday, so I do cover up the today's focus for that particular day. I am guessing that I won't do anything in particular. We also may have some friends in town that day, so it's kind of up in the air what is going on, but regardless, I won't be really focusing on anything other than either them or my birthday. So I am going to just try to find a few finishing touches for my spread, but I thought that I would look through my sticker book and just make sure there wasn't anything else that I wanted to include as well. I did remember seeing some clear-ish stickers. They were a clear background, but then they had color and words on them. So I thought about finding that again. So let me drop this floral in here and then we will go look for those stickers. I didn't see any that said birthday, but I did find one that said important and one that said priority, and I thought that they coordinated well with the sticker that I wanted to overlap them with, so I did go ahead and use those within those boxes. And I do like how it brings attention to those boxes, so I did like that choice. I don't use those a lot either, so I did like using them in this situation. And then I am going to grab one more box sticker. I don't normally put box stickers on my layout for the week, but I am going to put one in here just for my hair appointment. I think it's been maybe 8 months since I've gotten my hair cut, so I am excited to go get my hair cut, and unless something happens with the hairdresser, I am not changing that appointment. So I felt like a box was safe there. So this is really the layout for the week. I am going to go ahead and drop in my calendar appointments and highlight those. And I like how the highlighters really do bring in some more color. But I know this process looks very similar every week, but really this is my process for the week, and I want to share that with you. It's okay if your process is the same or different. It doesn't matter as long as it works for you. But this is pretty much how my spread will stay until Sunday evening or Monday morning, and then I will start going in and actually adding things in on the day. It's very difficult for me to know ahead of time what I will for sure get to the prior week, so I don't want to start writing things in if they're a step-by-step process and I need to do step 2 before step 3, and I think I'll get step 2 done on Sunday, and then I don't, but I've already written step 3 through 8 in for the next week. I really just like to wait until either Sunday evening or Monday morning to start planning my week, and then I'll really flesh out Monday and then just put some skeleton things in for Tuesday through Sunday. And then either Monday night or Tuesday morning, I'll flesh out Tuesday a little bit more and then fill in a little bit more of the skeleton for the rest of the week. And then repeat that on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, if that makes sense. And if you're interested, I can try to video each morning or each evening when I do these things and share them with you. But that's really my process. And if I were to go through and fill out this whole sheet right now, I know that I would be doing a lot of erasing and a lot of moving things around. I do put a lot of tasks on my Notion list just so they don't get lost in the process. And I do go back and reference my Notion multiple times a week just to make sure that those things on that list that need to get done in a particular time frame are getting done as well. I did used to keep a brain dump list in my planner, but I would write them down and either forget about them or I would do them and then I'd have to rewrite the list. And I spent more time rewriting the list than I did actually working through those tasks. So I really do like the Notion board and just being able to move an item to the done folder when I'm done with it. And then having a clear view of what still needs done. I also am able to slide things around and prioritize their order of operations, so I really like that as well. Some things I do better digitally, and other things I just have to do in a paper planner. When I write things down, they just stick in my mind better. There are days where I will just write down what I need to do, and then I don't even have to reference my planner again until the next day. Just the habit of writing things down helps me stay on top of my priorities, even if I don't have my calendar or my planner out in front of me all day, every day. So now I'm going to flip through the sticker book and try to find something that I can put down in the bottom right hand corner. I just feel like there's too much white space down there. I definitely need space for my plans for what I'm going to do over the weekend, but I just wanted something to ground that space. So I am just flipping through and looking for some of the colors to carry down there. The first thing that I grabbed was a small circular sticker that just says, "She's a dreamer." And then I'm just flipping through to try to find some of that dark blue. I feel like that dark blue is a good way to ground the page there. So I did grab this blue splotch, and originally I was going to put the light side up so that the darker side was down, but I was afraid I was going to cut off too much of the darker side. So I did go ahead and flip it so that the darker was at the top because that was the color that I wanted the most of. And then I just kind of put it catty corner in that corner, trimmed it off, and then overlapped that circle "She's a Dreamer" sticker. And I probably should have just left it as it was, but I will go back in and grab a couple more of those gold florals just to put down there in the corner. But I don't really think it needed it, so I should have just let it go. I think it was Coco Chanel who said, "Before you leave the house, look in the mirror and take at least one thing off." Yes, I would take off the floral stickers that I'm putting down in the corner here in just a minute. Also, I would like to give a shout out to my subscriber who mentioned getting a new pair of tweezers. And I don't use them all the time, but when I do use them, they are very helpful. It definitely is easier to see how something's going to look on the page by holding it with the tweezers instead of with my fingers. And this saves me from having to put it on wax paper, move it around, and then take it back off the wax paper. So I'm definitely enjoying using the tweezers. So thank you to that subscriber. But yes, these florals are definitely not needed down in this corner. And at this point, I think I'm done with the spread, but then I go flip back to the Faith page and remember that I'd used the washi tape there. So I want to try to incorporate some of that washi tape on this page as well. So I'm just going to find a few places to tuck it that it won't interfere with anything else going on the page. So I did add it to my little cluster on the weekend. I did like that it brought more of that pinkish purple color up into that corner. And a little trick that I figured out while putting this spread together with this slice precision cutter, if you use your fingernail to make a crease where you want to cut it, it is much easier to actually cut it. So I knew that I wanted it to cut right at the edge of that sticker, and I was having a hard time cutting a straight line. So what I did was just run my fingernail along the edge of the sticker so that it creased the washi tape, and then it was much easier to cut. But this tool is definitely much easier to use and not cut all the way through the page as well. So I was really enjoying that. I will also mention here that I used a bit of a heavier paper this week, and that's because when I was writing my verse of the day this current week on 24-pound paper, it was bleeding through into my weekly spread because I didn't have my daily routines in between. So I did decide to go with a slightly heavier page here. And then I also put my routines in between so that if there was any bleed through, it just went into that routines page. And that's not that big of a deal for me for it to bleed through there. It doesn't really impede what I'm seeing or what I'm writing on that page. So I was okay with that. And it also makes it easier for me to pull up stickers and pull up this washi tape without pulling up any fibers from the page as well. I thought about adding some more of that pinkish purplish color over in the sidebar, but I decided instead to use the aqua washi tape. And I'm just going to run it across the side of these priorities for the week. I don't normally need that whole box to write in my priorities, so I don't mind covering a little bit up with this washi tape. I do take it off gently just in case it does tear, but it is not tearing the page. So this heavier paper is definitely welcomed. So I do get this down. I did think about cutting it in between each box, but that would have been a really tight area to try and get that little bit of washi tape up. So I did just leave it across the whole 3 boxes. And then I jumped back into the sticker book because I had seen a clear sticker that I thought would go well. It just says shine and it is gold, so it brings some of that gold over into the bottom sidebar area. So I was glad that I went back in for that. So the pinkish purplish grid washi tape is from Planny Things, and I have a love-hate relationship with how sticky it is. If I stick it down in the wrong place, it is definitely easy to pull up from the page and move around. However, it doesn't seem like the stickiness will last for a long time. So it's not a washi tape that I am trying to hoard. I really do want to use it in case it does lose its stickiness. So I did decide to go ahead and run it across the bottom of my routines page. Even though I don't normally add any embellishments to these pages, I'm really just trying to get back into my routines, and these are a good reminder of what I need to do each day. Am I great at it? No, I'm not, but I'm trying to build those routines back up, which is why I feel like I need to have them front and center in my planner right now. Eventually, I hope to move them back out of my daily area, but for now, I really do need to have them here so that I can try to build these routines back up. Okay, so I think I like how things are looking. I think I'm going to call this done for now. I will add in more items on Sunday, but thanks for coming along with me. I enjoyed the spread. I love the color scheme. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!